Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, it is the Super Late Model Nationals Series presented by DirtFan.com, World of Thunder Racing League. Yes, we are here still at the Volusia Speedway Park. Britt Wheeler joined alongside Chris Nunn as, well, Chris finally gets to take a back seat for this one, but he's still going to be here with us all night long here for the Super Late Model National Series. Chris, we're getting set for qualifying right now. Drivers, well, they've got one lap to do something here at Volusia.
And we have absolutely maxed out our driver's list. 60 cars have signed in for tonight's racing action. And like I said, we figured that was going to happen with all the money getting put up to win tonight, but it's all leading towards that $1,500 to win points championship courtesy of Bobby and Jennifer Hans. 60 cars. Ooh, let's do it.
Here, Brian Wyatt Jr. is quick time at the moment, or was quick time, and Hayden Cardwell steps up to the number one spot with a 16.070. Blake Brown jumps to 8th quick with a 16.348. Just looking at some other drivers on the racetrack right now. Mason Crawford in the 15 machine. A Slick Sim Sports. We'll see what he can do. James Eden's quick time with a 16.003. Crawford second quicker, 16.062.
And the names are just popping up. Dylan Wilson now to the top spot, 15.997. James Eden's back to second. Mason Crawford third. Hayden Cardwell fourth. Mason Clark now fifth. Now, this is an absolute who's who of late model racing on iRacing here tonight. You're about to get your money's worth right here.
Yeah, well, what you're about to see is probably, I want to say, at least 2/3 of the Pro World Championship late model drivers in attendance here tonight. Some drivers still out onto the racetrack as we're just about to wrap up this qualifying. Only one driver, Chris, has made his way into the 15-second bracket. Dylan Wilson, and done it by 6/1000ths of a second over his next competitor. James Eden's a 15.997. We're about to take a look here at your qualifying results, and this will determine the heat races. So 6 heat races on the program. Dylan Wilson goes quick time. James Eden's Mason Crawford, Hayden Cardwell, and Kendall Tucker all rounding out your top 5. And man, what a top 5 that is.
Absolutely, man. This, like I said, there is no slouches. You mentioned 2/3 of the Pro Series drivers are here, and when it comes time to feature time, we see who's got a pro license or who doesn't. I believe the whole field's going to be full of pro licenses.
Yeah, I think out of the 22 or 24 cars that we're about to see in the main event, I think at least about 14 or 15 drivers should have a pro license next to their name. But let's take a look. Heat race number 1, your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. The guy that goes quick time tonight with a 15.997, Dylan Wilson, starts on pole. And to the outside of the front row, Tanner Tabassi lines up at a position number 2.
Row number 2 on the inside, it's Connor Wilson in number 34. And you've seen him on TV a few times over the past couple months. It's Kevin Dedman in that number 3 machine.
BJ Duval will line up at a position number 5. Katie Lowdy will line up at a position number 6.
Row 4 on the inside, Russell Brown Jr. in the 59. Outside of him, we're going to see Blake Murray in that 79.
And your 5th and final row, Chris Cox will start position number 9. And Brian Warner Jr. going to line up at a position number 10. We get set for the first of 6 heat races here on the program here at the Volusia Speedway Park. And a bit of a unique season here for season number 10 here for the World of Thunder Racing League. Basically what we're doing is this season they are following the Pro Series schedule. Now that'll of course give the late model drivers a very good tune-up for what's in store for those drivers tomorrow night for their opening round of 10 weeks. But man, tell you what, we could almost call this the prelude to the pro race.
Well, this is definitely an all-star casting characters here. You got 60 cars here on hand, and you see some of the names we got here. Edens, Dedman, with a host of others, Zach Leonardi, Tanner Tomasi, to name others. This is insane. I'm excited for this.
All right, heat race number 1, Dylan Wilson gets on the gas, and we are on the way for the opening heat race here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Tanner Tomasi rides in second. Connor Wilson, the 00, rides in third. And here comes BJ Duval up on the inside on Kevin Dedman. Now, Dedman was pretty good in the last World Championship Pro race for the late models last season. And right now, he's on the outside looking at heat race number 1. They'll make contact, Duvall and Denman. And now Lardy trying to make his way nearly up on the inside, almost making it 3 wide.
Now down the back straight they go. Kevin Dedman on the top side of the racetrack as BJ Duvall to the inside. And Katie Lowdy was in the inside, almost made some contact there. Top 3 cars transfer to tonight's feature event. Right now, Connor Wilson sitting in that third and final transfer spot.
Yeah, right now we are looking at Connor Wilson in the 00 machine just in front of him. And cut number 09, that's Tanner Tomasi running in second as Dylan Wilson. Now you're seeing fixed setups in the Pro Late models just about 45 minutes ago. Open setups for the Super Late models. And then, of course, the Loud Pedal Productions 410 Sprint cars. They'll be open setups as well. And again, looking for another big field in the 410 Wing Sprint car side of things. But more importantly, right now, it's the Super Late models. And here comes Kevin Dedman looking to the inside on Connor Wilson out of turn number 2. But Wilson continues to sit in third.
Kevin Dedman, the veteran, he is on that inside of the racetrack. He's always wanted to keep an eye on. They'll roll down the front straightaway. He'll fall back into that 4th spot. He's got to move up one more position to get into the show. Tanner Tomasi going double file now with Connor Wilson down the back straightaway. He blinks out just a tick. We'll see where he comes back on. He falls back into that 3rd spot. But that's the bad thing about blinking out, Brett. If you're the car behind him, you don't know where he's going to pop back on.
Yeah, very hard for not only the drivers behind him, but also the drivers that sort of blink out. But right now, here comes Dedman to the inside on Wilson. They'll race off for 4. Wilson gets the white flag. Half a mile to run here at the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. Tomasi sits in second. Wilson in third. That's Connor Wilson. In third is Dylan. That's Dylan Wilson out in front, down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Dylan Wilson victorious heat race number 1. Second is going to go to Connor Wilson and Kevin Dedman. Snuck up on the inside there on Tanner Tomasi out of turn number 4. And Kevin Dedman going straight through to the show, Chris.
What a good heat race right there. Dylan Wilson, your winner. Connor Wilson in that 2nd spot. Kevin Dedman putting in the show in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Tomasi. How about BJ Duvall with the top 5 there in that heat race? Cade Lowdy, Blake Murray, Russell Brown, Chris Cox, and Brian Warner. Brett, do you think BJ's got someone driving for him?
Look, I don't know anyone that would like him enough to... Look, no, see, you're the problem here, Chris. Last week I didn't pick on him at all. You know when you ditch me? Yeah, you ditched me on championship night. How dare you? No, good run for BJ. Heat race number 2. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole, we're going to see James Edens. Outside of him, it's Blake Majulis in the 127.
Devin Morgan, the defending World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model Champion, going to line up out of position number 3, and William Yeager going to roll off out of position number 4.
Row 3 on the inside is Blake Brown in the 74. Outside of him, Mitch Stiles in 54.
And we go back to Dustin Sizemore lining up out of position 7, and Cole Harvey rounds out the top 8.
And row 5, we're going to see Jesse Pate in 31. Outside of him, Dalton Cloyd in that 5 machine. Going to get set to take another 3 cars to tonight's main event.
How about these 3 drivers? 1, 2, and 3. Edens, Majulis, and Morgan. Edens and Majulis, of course, teammates for Swindell Speed Lab. And Devin Morgan for TeamVLR.com, the defending champion here in the Super Late Model. What was last season the National Series. Well, he has got a whole lot of work to do right now.
You sure this is a heat race? This is not a feature? My goodness, look at the names in this thing.
Yeah, there's certainly some big names here tonight, and none more so than obviously the defending. We've got 2 defending champions here in this heat race. You got the defending Super Late Model World Champion on iRacing, Blake Majulis, up against the World of Thunder defending Super Late Model National Series Champion and Devin Morgan. But here we go, Chris. 8 on the board.
Coming out of turn number 4. The light's going to go out. James Edens has the field. He'll hit the gas pedal. We are underway. It's going to be Edens leading Majulis into turn number 1 and 2. Majulis sits to the high side. Edens on the bottom of the racetrack. They'll roll out of turn number 4. First, second, third, Devin Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan running to the top shelf down into turn number 3 and 4 here on lap number 1. Majulis as well above the slick line through 3 and 4. Edens is going to go right down to the inside wall, and well, he needs to be careful because that inside wall can creep up on you like there's no tomorrow. Devin Morgan getting a run on Majulis now down into 3 and 4. Majulis going to shut the doors. They go through 3 and 4. Lap number 2 is in the books, and James Edens continues to lead from Majulis and Morgan in second and third. There's a battle on for fourth and fifth as Jaeger and Brown, they'll race side by side off for 2.
Jaeger on the top side, Brown on the bottom side is Owen to turn number 3 and 4. Blake Brown going to get that 4th spot away from Jaeger as he almost makes some contact coming out of turn number 4. Edens, Majulis, and Devin Morgan, the top 3s, they're starting to pull away a little bit in that battle for 4th.
Yeah, Jaeger and Brown as they continue to battle side by side down into turn number 3 as they are really letting the top 3 just move away from these drivers. And right now, it's about half a straightaway. You're looking at about 8 to 9 tenths of a second between 3rd and the battle between 4th and 5th. The Brown and Jaeger, they continue to race side by side down into turn number 3 and 4. I got to say, Majulis is starting to close in on Edens now.
Majulis trying to close in a little bit on Edens. 3 laps to go as he closes in within 2 car lengths. Down the back straightaway, Edens still out front on the bottom of the racetrack. Majulis trying to close in as well. He also runs the bottom of the racetrack. 2 laps to go here in Heat Race 2.
Majulis going to the top side down into turn number 1 and 2. Edens continuing to do what he does best and just roll the bottom side at both ends of the speedway. He'll come out of turn number 4. There's 4 turns left in Heat Race number 2. Can Edens hang on? Majulis going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink at Edens, but I don't think he's going to have enough, Chris.
Now down the back straightaway, Edens going to be able to hold him off into turn number 3. Out of turn 4 on the bottom side of the racetrack, James Edens picks up the win here in Heat Race number 2. Blake Majulis second, Devin Morgan that 3rd and final transfer spot. Blake Brown's going to find himself up front, one of the consies. He'll finish 4th.
Yeah, then we'll go back to William Jaeger, Dalton Cloyd, home in positions 5 and 6 as we take a look at the rest of the field. 7th goes to Dustin Sizemore, Cole Harvey in 8th, Mitch Stiles in 9th, and Jesse Pate will round out your top 10. We'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, Heat Race number 3. Cars making their way onto the racetrack right now is Mason Crawford going to line up on pole position. Zach Leonardi at a position number 2.
Row 2 on the inside, you're going to see Drew Hopkins in the HRE Motorsports Row 157. And your winner of the Next Level Designs Fixed Pro Late Models feature event you just saw a while ago on Ultimate Dirt TV, Dylan Hauser in the 2 machine starting 4th.
James Grace, the 269 machine, will start position 5. Colton Zapansky, he will start position number 6.
I believe that it's going to be Sam Mars in the number 58 machine. And outside of him, we're going to see Brent Fair in the number 13.
And your final row, inside, outside, positions 9 and 10. Scott Holt lines up inside, row number 5. Out of position number 9, and he's outside, rounding out a 10-car field, car number 96. That is Matt Dixon.
All right, you'd see that it does say Jimmy Mars, but that is Sam Mars driving that number 58. I believe that is a number 28 machine. Looks exactly like his dad's car. So, and I like the way Sapansky has his name written out beside his name. I like that.
Yeah, there you go. See? And that's the beauty of drivers filling out their driver profiles. If they have a bit of a weird name, well, they get an opportunity to show us how to sound it out. I know we had one in the Pro Late Models just before, you and Wesley. I'm just trying to think what name it was, in fact.
I've already forgotten it.
Yep, so it could have been... Anyhow, we'll leave that one. Heat race number 3. The DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series, $50 to the winner here tonight in the main event. 50 lap A main event, I believe it is. As we get set, heat race number 3, Crawford and Leonardi. The green flag drops as we are underway as Mason Crawford got a good jump, and now look at Drew Hopkins in the 157 machine. He certainly turned some heads in the last couple of races just a couple of weeks ago. Leonardi rides in second. Keep an eye on the 2 of Dylan Hauser, the Pro Late Model feature winner. Now that's James Grace in the 269 machine, and here comes Mars up on the inside.
Yes, Sam Mars trying to make his way up through the field. He's already up to that 4th spot. He battles with Hauser down the back straightaway. As they're in front of him, they're batting in double file as well. Leonardi and Hopkins, but Mason Crawford, though, pulling away out front.
Mars and Hauser side by side behind Leonardi and Hopkins, who was side by side momentarily, as now Hopkins gets past there by Dylan Hauser on the top side of the racetrack out of turn 2. This time we're out of turn 4 on the front straightaway. Top 3, Crawford, Leonardi and Hauser. Hauser ducks to the low side down through turn number 1 and 2. Down the dogleg back straight away here at the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. And Drew Hopkins, well, he's got it all to do right now because he is on the outside looking in. He will have the front probably 2 rows starting position in tonight's B main if he finishes 4th.
Yeah, Hopkins just getting his pro license. He got invited to the big league, and he's making his name up here in the iRacing ranks. Currently running in that 4th spot, trying to find a way to get underneath Hauser for that 3rd and final transfer spot. Hauser though shuts the door, and I'm going into turn 1. Crawford's got a big lead over Leonardi down the back straight away, but Hopkins still trying to work on Hauser here with coming up to 2 to go.
Yeah, Tudor on that time by out of turn number 4. It is a 1.4 second lead for Mason Crawford over the 24 of Zach Leonardi. And Zach Leonardi, well, he's had a pro license before as well, and as has Dylan Howes. He's had several of them in both in late model and sprint car competition. As the white flag flies, here comes Howes to the inside looking for the slide down, and Leonardi to make contact. As Howes going to check back up, you're going to let the 24 of Leonardi get back to his outside. He doesn't want to take the position away. Mason Crawford wins. Zach Leonardi's 2nd. Dylan Hauser will come home 3rd. And those 3 drivers booking their tickets for the main event later on tonight. Heat race number 3 is complete. Drew Hopkins, a good job in 4th. He was close, but no cigar. Colton Zapansky comes home in 5th. Matt Dixon, Sam Mars, Scott Holt, James Grace, and Brent Fair. Just to confirm those top 10 results now on screen. Heat race number 3. Crawford, Leonardi, and Hauser all going to the big dance, Chris.
That was a good professional move by Hauser, letting Leonardi get back on the horse and get that spot back too.
Yeah, very, very classy there from Dylan Hauser. Heat race number 4. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid as Hayden Cardwell going to start on pole to the outside of the front row. Brandon Proudfoot out of position number 2.
Row 2 on the inside. And 25 machine is going to be Zach McSwain. Outside of him, Daniel Shepard in the 1 car.
Tanner Fold's going to roll off out of position number 5, and Brady Baldwin out of position number 6.
Row number 4 on the inside, it's Ben Lewis in 49. Outside of him, starting 8th, it's going to be Dustin Hall in the 331.
Out of position number 9, it'll be Timothy Smith, and out of position number 10, it'll be Matthew Logan.
60 cars on hand tonight. Man, what an absolute star-studded field. 161 cars have signed in 3 divisions of racing tonight here on World of Thunder. Can't beat that.
That's not bad considering that so far, looking at if there've been 60 car servers all night long, you're looking at a max of 180 drivers, and to only miss 19 drivers in 3 races, it just goes to show you right now that everybody wants to come out and race here at the World of Thunder. But what they also want to do, Chris, is they also want to try have a piece of the prize money that is being thrown up for grabs, courtesy of Jennifer and Bobby Honts.
Yeah, $50 to win tonight's main event, $1,500 to win the points championship here in the DirtFan.com National Super Late Model Series. And like I said, 42 modifieds, 59 fixed pro late models, and 60 super late models here tonight. I can imagine how many sprint cars we're going to have later on.
I dare say I reckon we're going to have in the high 40s, if anything. I know the guys from Black Diamond are loaded up the sprint car haulers, and we'll probably see at least 3, 4, even 5 of those drivers as the defending champion Mason Hannigan looking to defend his 410 crowd. But heat race number 4, we're underway, Chris.
Now the turn number 2 down that straightaway. Caution is out. Yellow is out for the first time here this evening. As we'll take a look at our Wicked Cushion Instant Replay and find out exactly what happened.
All right, now keep an eye on the Salah Motorsports number 55 machine of Brady Baldwin. Well, I don't think anyone else could have done anything about that one. It looked to be all Brady's fault, but again, we'll take a look from high above the sky. Keep an eye on the black and blue entry on the outside of row number 3. Gets a little loose, gets tailed down the front straighter, hits the wall. And well, the rest you can see on screen. It's another one of those drivers that loves to race anything and everything here on the iRacing.com service. This is a nice little 360, kept it going, but unfortunately that did trigger the yellow flag for the first time tonight, and not counting the caution laps here tonight, and won't be counting them all season long, both in heat races, preliminary mains, the B mains, and also the main events as well. But man, just from what we've seen in the qualifying, Chris, it is just absolutely mouth-watering at the moment.
No, this is an absolute restaurant quality field of race cars. You've got the who's who of late model racing here tonight. Former world champions, current World of Thunder champions. It's like an all-star game every Sunday here.
Really is, and you catch all 10 weeks right here on Ultimate Dirt TV, live across Facebook and YouTube, and also live on the iRacing Live front page as well. Big thanks to iRacing for allowing us here at Ultimate Dirt TV to finally get back to probably where we deserve to be after a bit of a restructure behind the scenes at iRacing. But Chris, we're about to go back to green flag action.
Pace truck pulls in. Hayden Carwell smashes the gas. We are back underway. Brandon Proudfoot in that second spot. McSwain on the bottom of the racetrack trying to find his way underneath Proudfoot in that 22 car. Can't make the move. Right now, Daniel Shepard sits back there in that fourth spot. One spot out looking in.
As we come off of turn number 4, Hayden Cardwell leads Brandon Proudfoot in the number 22 machine in second. Now the laps go back, so 2 laps officially in the books. Zach McSwain, a podium, finished second in the Pro Late Model feature event just about half an hour ago. He is in that third and final transfer spot, and well, no surprise to see 3 World Championship world-class drivers with the pro license out in front, 1, 2, and 3.
Down the back straightaway they go into turn number 3. It is Shepard still trying the inside of McSwain for that third and final transfer spot. Not able to do it. They roll into turn number 1. See if Shepard can set him up again out of 2.
Shepard trying to stay low down there on the exit of turn number 2, maybe trying to follow the James Edens line around the virtual Volusia Speedway Park, but as this track gets slicker down towards the bottom of the racetrack, we're seeing a lot of these drivers just roll above it right now. We might just see this for probably heats 5 and maybe 6, as we'll look forward to the B mains, as hopefully we'll have a couple of different grooves to work in. And now once this track gets slick, Chris, it's amazing how much these super late models, they can actually drive through the slick and not lose their momentum, unlike the wing sprint cars where they've just got too much power to weight ratio that they just spin the wheels and potentially spin their cars out one to run this time by.
Oh yeah, definitely. The slicker it gets, the more grooves we're going to have here in these late models. Those wing sprint cars, man, a lot of downforce on those things. There's a slide job coming up from Zach McSwain on Lightfoot, though, man, or Proudfoot, excuse me. I don't know where I got Lightfoot from. I'm thinking Indians here. Hayden Cardwell picks up the win. Zach McSwain. No, Brandon Proudfoot edges him out there for that second spot. McSwain gets third.
What a race between Proudfoot and McSwain, the battle for positions number 2 and 3. But Hayden Cardwell, well, making his intentions very, very clear there in heat race number 4. We'll bring up those results for you right now. Hayden Cardwell, Brandon Proudfoot winning by 0.023 of a second over Zach McSwain. And then you go back to Daniel Shepard, Tanner Folds, Dustin Hall, Ben Lewis, Matthew Logan, Brady Baldwin, and Timothy Smith. Rounding out your 10 cars in heat race number 4. Let's go trackside, heat race number 5. Your Ultimate Dirt TV, starting group with Chris.
On the pole, we're going to see Kendall Tucker in that 00 machine. Outside of him, starting second, it's going to be Huey Quillen in 4.
Brian Wyant Jr. will start position number 3, and Joel Berkeley going to roll off out of position number 4.
In row number 3 on the inside, it's going to be Trevor Fitz in the 28 car starting 5th, and starting 6th in the 42 machine, it's going to be Adam Hommerding.
Position number 7 will be the 44 of Brent New, and out of position number 8 for the Mid-South Dirt Slingers, caliber 40 of Josh Reinerson.
And in our 5th and final row, we're going to see Russell Berry in the 084 machine, and outside of him, rounding out the field in 10th, it's going to be Jeffrey Baum in 99.
Well, we'll just see how many pro drivers are in this one. Another 3. As we've probably had, realistically, 3 in each heat race so far. So if it's going the way that it's going, there's a good chance that we're going to have at least 3/4 of this field in the main event, all pro drivers. And Again, with their World Championship starting up tomorrow night right here at the Volusia Speedway Park, the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. That is going to be a race to watch for tomorrow, but don't worry about that just yet. We'll worry about this one right here tonight first.
Yeah, 60 of the best right here in the World of Thunder. Signed in tonight here at Volusia Speedway Park, going at it for $50 to win the opening night of our points championship. $1,500, courtesy of Bobby and Jennifer Hotz. And it's going to be exciting to see who is going to pick that up at the end of the season. Lights out, green is out. We are underway here in heat race number 5 with Kendall Tucker leading him into turn 1.
Yeah, Joel Berkeley was just trying to anticipate the start there on the outside of the second row. Now he will fall back to position number 6. Here comes Trevor Fitz for D1RT. Straight up on the inside of Huey Quillen. He'll now move into position number 3. So it's Tucker, Wayne Jr. and Fitz. 1, 2, and 3. Quillen back to the inside in the 4 machine. Slide job by Fitz on Wayne Jr. He'll come back through the middle. We almost make it 3 wide down the back straightaway.
And Trevor Fitz in that 28 machine, still trying to hold off Brian Wyatt Jr. Wyatt will fall back there into that 3rd spot. Adam Hommerding now into the 4th spot in that 42 machine, that green and white car right there in the middle of your screen. Huey Quillen taking a free fall back to the 5th spot, but that battle right there is for the 3rd spot. Here comes Hommerding, and he feeds him a right rear. Wyatt goes backwards a little bit. Now they're 3 wide.
Yeah, and Quillen and Brent New tried to make the move up on the inside in the 44 and the 4 machine. So the battle of the 4s as Berkeley now moves his way back to position number 6. But Hommerding, I guess he's trying to hit one out of the ballpark and trying to make it straight into your own main event. Does Kendall Tucker lead from Trevor Fitz? But look at this, well, we can call this a 4-car battle for the final transfer position right now. Huey Quillen on the outside, and on the outside looking in, he'll look to take away the 3rd spot away from Brent New, and he will do so at the start-finish line.
A good run for Huey Quillen. He fell back on the start, and he's clawed himself back up into that 3rd and final transfer spot. Brent New to the inside of him. Hommerding trying to make his way back up there. He runs the high side of the racetrack. And Joel Berkeley has found himself back up there as well, but they only got 2 laps to go.
Now 2 to run for your race leader and your 2nd place. Tucker and Fitz out in front. Quillen in 3rd. Here comes Hommerding and Berkeley again on the outside looking in. This is a good test for Berkeley right now to see what he can do. 1 lap left to run. Here comes Hommerding to the inside. He'll look for the slide job. This is Berkeley's chance for him right now. It's Tucker into turn number 3. Now to turn 4. Tucker will get the win. Berkeley makes it 3 wide on the inside. Fitz home in 2nd. And Hommerding going to come home in 3rd. And what a way to finish heat number 5, 4th, 5th, and 6th. They were close. Berkeley was stuck on the front end of Brent New. As Berkeley comes home 4th, Brent New in 5th, Huey Quillen in 6th, Wayne Jr. 7th, Barry Reinerson and Jeffrey Baum round out the 10 cars in heat race number 5. What, man, these heat races, they are exciting.
Tell you what, when you got cars going across the start-finish line backwards, you know you've got an exciting heat race. Tucker, Fitz, and Hommerding, your top 3 transfers as we get set for your Ultimate Earth TV starting lineup for your 6th and final heat race. And on that front row, we're going to see Mason Clark in the 014 in the Carter Speed Stables. Outside of him, the Slick Slim Sport number 14 machine of J.D. Brown.
Blake Kenner going to roll off out of position number 3, and Mike Molnar in the 156 car will start position number 4.
Row number 3 on the inside, going to see Benjamin Nading in 21, and outside of him, we're going to keep an eye on this car, the number 15, former champion. It's the number 15. That'll be Zach Novak.
She's a gasser in car number 11 for Beast Motorsports at a position number 7. That's Jennifer Hansen to the outside. Nathan Culpepper will start position number 8.
And in row 5 on the inside is Terrell Payne in the 51. Outside of him, we're going to see Alan Bergen. And that's going to be the way they round out this heat race.
Heat race number 6, the 6th and final heat race of the night before we move into 2 stacked B mains where we're either going to take the top 2 or the top 3 from those B mains and lock in on either 22 or 24 car field for 50 laps around the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. And one thing that I sort of picked up on that Race Control actually missed was that they called the inversion a 6-car invert for the feature event. But I can tell you that after notifying Race Control, they did say that they are going to line it up without the invert. And what they'll do, so obviously, you know how we have those first 5 laps, they'll get those drivers in the correct position. So heat race number 1 winner will in fact start on pole, but when it comes to the Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, it'll show him as position number 6.
All right, that'll be an easy fix there. Zach Novak, keep an eye on him. He is a 2019 NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series champion. He won the finale in Homestead on NBC Sports Network. He has just got a laundry list of accolades that we don't have enough time to go through right now. We'll see what he can do back there from that 5th starting spot as we are green in heat race 6.
Oh, no cars caught up on the inside there on the front straightaway. Yellow for the first time in heat race number 6. A second yellow flag of tonight, and I believe it would have been Terrell Payne and Jennifer Hunt. Take a look here at your wicket cushion instant replay and probably just slow this down a little bit on the start. So keep an eye on the drivers in that 3rd row on the inside. Oh, Jennifer Hunt, she looks like she just got a little bit out of shape there. Got crossed up, got it going again, and Terrell Payne just caught the left rear quarter panel of the number 11 machine, and well, she goes barreling hard into the concrete wall. And let me tell you, no matter how many times you hit that, whether you're in a midget or a late model, it does not move, Chris.
No, you can hit it as hard as you want to, as many times as you want to. Concrete is going to win every single time.
Oh, I know firsthand about that twice.
I wasn't going to go there.
Oh, yeah. You weren't going there in this one, but you did a couple of hours ago, I was told. Yeah, you dubbed yourself in that one.
Hey, somebody's got to run the bottom of this racetrack, don't they?
Well, no doubt we'll certainly see that bottom side come back in towards the 50-lap main event. Looking forward to the opening round A main. We've just got to complete this one final heat before we move into the first of 2 B mains here at the virtual Volusia Speedway Park, the dirtfan.com Super Late Model Series. Looking forward to the Loud Pedal Productions 410 Sprint Cars up next after this one in probably about an hour and 25 minutes time. 1 hour and 20 minutes time is when we're going to be live once again on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to come back for more iRacing action, be sure to check us out here on Ultimate Dirt TV. But Chris, lights are out. We're going back to green. 1 in the book, 7 to run.
Mason Clark, J.D. Brown, 1st and 2nd. Blake Cannon back there in the 3rd spot. We are back underway here in heat race and number 6. So we're going to set to take the top 3 cars to tonight's main event. It is Mason Clark in that black number 14. J.D. Brown in the blue 14 machine. Well, you differentiate those guys. There's a lot of 4s in that top 3 cars. Got a 14, a 14, and a 44. The score's nightmare here in heat race 6.
I mean, with the iRacing training paint system right now, as we're going to battle on for the race lead, we'll come back to that in a moment. J.D. Brown putting pressure on Mason Clark. So I reckon the 14's going to win this one, Chris. I'm not going to tell you which one, the one that crosses the start-finish line first, as here comes Brown to the inside on Clark again. They'll race side by side. Clark's got the advantage down the back straightaway.
And Clark on the outside. J.D. Brown trying to fight back to the inside out of turn number 2. Down the front straightaway. It's still going to be Mason Clark, your leader. J.D. Brown, he is right there, though, on the inside of the racetrack in that blue and red and black number 14 machine. Blake Cannon sitting in that 3rd spot in that final transfer position. He's watching that battle for the lead, waiting to see what's going to happen as he tries to close in.
Did you say blue, red, and black for J.D. Brown? To me,
in the light it looked. It looked red, but it's orange.
You must have gone to the Joel Berkeley colouring program school to tell you that about that off air. But man, we've got 2 to run right now. Mason Clark leads J.D. Brown in 2nd spot. Blake Cannon again looking for a main event start here. He just needs to finish in the top 3. And how about Mason Clark? Not a World Championship Pro licensed driver, and he's holding off what could potentially be a championship contender here this season. White flag is out. Chris, bring us home.
Mason Clark still in the lead. J.D. Brown on the inside of the racetrack. Down the back straightaway, almost side by side. J.D. Brown got a little bit sideways coming out of 2. He'll try to gather it back up, slide it into turn number 3. He's not going to be able to make the pass. Mason Clark will pick up the win. J.D. Brown 2nd. Blake Cannon 3rd. Mike Molinar in the 4th spot. And Zach Novak going to round out your top 5. Culpepper, Bergen, Hans, Payne, and then Nading did not grid for this one. He will finish 10th unofficially.
And he's going to have a long ways to go. Here is heat race number 6 results coming up on screen. The first of two B main for Mason Clark, JD Brown, and Blake Cannon. Those 3 drivers going to the A main. They'll have a bit of time to wait. Well, we have 2 B mains, which I believe are going to be 10 laps in distance. Let's take a look. Your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. In fact, they will be 12 laps in distance, with Chris, our top 3, going through.
All right, on the pole of B main number 1, we're going to see Tanner Tomasi. Outside of him, the 157 HRE Motorsports entry, it's Drew Hopkins.
Brent New in the 44 machine going to roll off out of position number 3 for Team Outlaw Motorsports. BJ Duval in car 32 starts position number 4.
Row 3 on the inside, the Sapansky Racing Machine. That'll be Colton Sapansky. Outside of him, out of Australia, it's going to be Joel Berkeley in 9.
Katie Lowdy will start position number 7 in the 126 machine, and Matt Dixon will start position number 8.
Row 5 on the inside, it's Huey Quillen in the 4. Outside of him, the number 79, that'll be Blake Murray.
Sam Maher's going to roll off out of position 11, and Brian Wayne Jr. will start position number 12.
7th row inside, starting 13th, going to be Russell Brown Jr. in the 59. Outside of him, it's going to be Scott Holt in 16.
Position number 15, that'll be Russell Berry, and Chris Cox lining up at a position number 16.
Row 9 inside, starting 17th, $1 Million Motorsports entry, the 269 of James Grace. Outside of him, the Mid-South Third Slinger is number 40. That'll be Josh Reinerson.
For Warner Racing, the 57 of Brian Warner Jr. will start position number 19, and Brent Fair in the 013 will start position number 20, and our 21st starter in car number 99, that's Jeffrey Baum. 21 cars, Chris, the top 3 going straight through to the back of tonight's main event. Going to make up positions number 19, 21, and 23.
A pair of 21-car B-mains, which could be features anywhere else. That is how strong this field is. How many pro drivers do we have in this B-main, I wonder? I think we'll have to check this out. See if we have any pro drivers.
Looking at this one before we go green, I reckon 2. 3. Wayne Jr., Berkeley, and Drew Hopkins. Here we go. Green flag is out. B-main and number 1. Cars on track as we are underway for the first of 12 circuits. And we are yellow. And, man, a bit of a blessing in disguise for Tanner Tomasi, because he drove that thing into 1 and 2. And it looked awfully tight.
Yeah, that thing washed right up the racetrack into the wall. But luckily he was saved by the yellow. But I don't think he saw the yellow was out. He kept going. Wicked cushion. It's the replay. Check a look at what happened.
I believe it was Josh Reinerson and Brent Fair. So the 96 and the 013 machine. Oh, Brent Fair got him. But I believe there might have been something here on the front straightaway. There was Chris Cox and Sam Mars. I believe that was as well. So let's just rewind it just a little bit farther back. As we again, we keep an eye on the 515 of Cox. In fact, he had nowhere to go. It was Mars who had those connection issues. And Cox had nowhere to go, unfortunately.
I noticed in the heat race, Sam Mars is having a lot of blinking out issues during his heat race. That it dropped him back to the 8th spot in his heat race. Looks like he's still having those issues.
Yeah, they can be a real pain in the backside, especially when you're trying to get around in a super late model. Of course, you can lean on drivers a lot more in these late models than what you can in the sprint car or the open wheel cars. I won't just single out the sprint cars, but yeah, the open wheel cars. You make contact with right rear to left rear, or right rear to left front. 9 out of 10 times, someone is going either into the wall or upside down.
Yeah, not a lot of error room in the sprint cars or open wheel cars in general. They can fly pretty easily, as we saw the other night at Knoxville. Had a couple guys go over the fence.
Yes, we had one car going over the fence, I believe. From memory, it might have been Jeremy Isabel.
Yeah, I was trying to remember exactly who that was.
Yeah, that was in the D&J Sim Racing 360 Sprint Car Series. As we're back underway, green flag is out, 1 lap in, still 11 laps remaining. Now the timing screen will go back. It's just going to go around 1 or 2 more times as Tanner Tomasi looks a lot better through 1 and 2. And man, I tell you what, through the turns there, Chris, that left front, it is hiking up in the air.
He is tricycling that thing around that racetrack. You don't need him. Precaution. Yellow was back out again here in this first B main.
Just trying to take a look here at our Wicked Cushion instant replay, trying to get our culprit. I believe it might be Scott Holt in the number 16 machine. We take a look here. Now, would you go yellow or lime green on that one?
I will go highlighter yellow.
Highlight, yep, that sounds good to me. As in fact, I just trying to find out if that was him or not. Doesn't look like it was him. Oh well. Oh,
We'll call it a debris caution.
yeah. Well, it's something that you've used before. Someone's still throwing the. I thought they kicked that guy out throwing the beer cup over the fence.
He snuck back in.
We need to get Jimmy the security guard back onto us, and apparently Jimmy the security guard wouldn't actually let me in to the announcer's booth, and told me that I only had a pass good enough for the production trailer in the Pro Late Model. So a little bit disappointed about that one.
Let's beef up our security a little bit here.
Yeah, I think Steve McMean's paying too much for a security guard. I want to be cop. The lights are out. Tana Tomasi going to get us back underway. And again, just keep an eye on him. And tell you what, we're going to take a very close look at this 09 machine. Again, watch this thing three-wheel and deal through the turns. That left front, he might as well just left it on the trailer, left it at home.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need all four wheels. If he does the deal, then I don't know. I personally like all four of them on the ground myself.
Look at it. Look, it's still in the air. Woohoo! That thing is juiced up as we are under yellow once again, and no doubt, I dare say, Race Control is about to give these guys a bit of a serving here as Colton Zapansky, I believe, and Sam Mars could be the culprits of that last caution. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Now, if we're going to put blame on someone, and I hate to do this, but I dare say we put blame on BJ Duval for this one. Just watch. Or do we, hang on, or does Brent New... Oh, no, actually, Brent New goes. Brent New went before the 32 did of Duval. Watch, ready? If we can get a closer look at Brent New. He went there. He checked up.
It's like BJ had nowhere to go there.
Yeah, well...
But we still got to blame somebody.
Yeah, okay.
All right, BJ.
Yep, so, yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
I'll tell you what, BJ is a very, very gracious and good whipping boy for our league. I'll give him that much. He takes it in stride.
He does. He does. So it looks like neither New or Duval going to the back. They will hold their spots in positions number 3 and 4. Berkeley on the outside looking in, back there in positions 5, and he's going to be very disappointed if he doesn't make the show for the late models, because he's going to be contesting the pro race tomorrow. So again, another one of these drivers that have got a pro license here tonight, and I dare say for the next 10 weeks we're going to see a good portion of the pro drivers come out here every Sunday night and race with the World of Thunder Racing League as a good hit out, good preparation for what happens to them on a Monday night. But here we go. 4 laps is only in the books as the time starts to run out. We've got 3 minutes to get 8 in.
Let's see if they can do it down the back straight away. Only the top 3 transfer. Right now, BJ Duval trying to put himself into the show. Trying to work around Brent New. He's got Joel Berkeley and out of the inside of him. Berkeley, he's got something to prove after a lackluster heat race finish. So we know Berkeley can drive.
Yes, that indeed he can. Seen Berkeley come through the ranks when he started sim racing on some other platform before we obviously came over to the dirt side here on iRacing. Is now he'll now throw the slider on Duval down into turn number 1 and 2. Duval back through the middle, and here comes Brent New trying to make it 3 wide as Duval will return the serve on Berkeley as Berkeley now. The left front picks up as that right rear just digged into the clay out of turn number 4 in Berkeley with a short slider on Duval, but Duval back to the inside. What a good race for the final transfer spot.
Oh, we got more sliders and a White Castle here in this B main event. Is slide job again by Duval. Tries to take that third spot away. 3 wide down the front straightaway now for that third and final transfer spot. Here comes Noon out of the inside. Duval going to try to shoot the gap now out of turn number 2, but keep your eye on Blake Murray.
Yeah, yellow flag is out just as that race was getting juicy for positions 3, 4, and 5. The yellow flag comes out as we try and take a look here at your wicked cushion instant replay. Oh, there's some contact. Cox. We've also got in the 57 machine. Is that a... Well, there goes Cox. As he's going to be facing the wrong way. That's the reason for the yellow. The only car that spun out there. And the cars kept it going. Have we got the mystery van?
Oh, the mystery machine.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. The mystery machine. Uh-oh. It is too.
Just got word Justin Pruitt is putting up an extra $50 if Hayden Cardwell wins the feature tonight. So if Hayden Cardwell wins, he'll get $100 total.
I got a better way. I got a better way to throw your money away. He's certainly going to be in the top 3, no doubt about it, when it comes to the end of the feature event. But the Warner Racing number 57, the Scooby-Doo machine, Brian Warner Jr., sitting back there in positions number 15, but back out in front as lights still flashing here on the Chevy Silverado iRacing.com pace truck. 1 degree in this time by, and well, time limit going to become a very, very big factor here in a moment, Chris.
Yeah, hopefully we can get the rest of this clean and green the rest of the way. We don't have to do a one-lap shootout in a matter of a time limit situation. Got a lot of good cars in this B main that are going to go home tonight. Or they can just drag out their sprint car and come race with us here in the next hour.
Yes, looking forward to it again. Tonight's Super Late Model Nationals Series and the Loud Pedal Productions 410 Sprint Car Series all season long. Live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook and YouTube, and of course on the front page and on the iRacing Live portal as well. Go to iRacing.com/live and you check out all the upcoming broadcasts between all the different companies, and of course all the action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. 4 laps left to run here in B main number 1. Tomasi leads Hopkins, and Berkeley now sitting in that third and final transfer spot. What can Duval do here in these final stages? Looks like the checkered flag is going to come out, so it's just a 1-lap sprint to the end. And Berkeley going to hang on to position number 3.
Yeah, they sprung that checkered flag on us there. The time limit went up. Didn't matter if they had agreed to checkered, but man, taking a look at your full field rundown here in B main number 1. Take a look at exactly who transferred and who did not.
So B main number 1 is complete, and well, due to the time restrictions, we had probably a few too many cautions in that one. B main 1 results coming up on screen. It says C main, but we can tell you the top 3 are going straight through to the main event. Tina Tomasi, Drew Hopkins, and Joel Berkeley all going to book their tickets. Positions number 19, 21, and 23 in the main event. BJ Duval, unfortunately, the first car to miss out. Well, he's got bragging rights over the rest of the field that didn't transfer, because unfortunately he's the first loser that doesn't transfer into the main event. B main number 2, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole in the number 74 machine is going to be Blake Brown. Outside of him, Daniel Shepard in the 1 car.
Mike Molnar will start position number 3, and William Yeager out of position number 4.
Row 3 on the inside, the Tanner Folds Racing number 45 machine. That'll be Tanner Folds. Outside of him, the number 15 machine. It's going to be Zach Novak.
Dalton Cloyd will start position 7, and Dustin Hall out of position number 8.
Row 5 on the inside, 56 machine. That'll be Nathan Culpepper. Outside of him, in the Speed Incorporated $1 Million Motorsports number 33. That'll be Dustin Sizemore.
Ben Lewis out of position 11. Out of position 12, it's Alan Bergen.
Row 7 on the inside, it's Cole Harvey in 85. Outside of him, Matthew Logan in that number 41 machine.
Jennifer Holtz, the Beast Motorsports number 11, will start position 15. The BDR Racing, Mitch Stiles in car 54 out of position number 16.
Row number 9 on the inside, the SM Sim Sport number 7, that'll be Brady Baldwin. Outside of him, the $1 Million Motorsports number 51 machine, that'll be Terrell Payne.
And then we go back to Jesse Pate and Timothy Smith to make up row number 10. As in fact, I believe, looking at this one, I don't think Styles nor Brady Baldwin made it out for the feature event. So it looks like just 18 cars on the racetrack. And, well, 12 laps the distance once again. But again, only the top 3, Chris, going to go through.
Got some tough ones back there. Zach Novat back there in the 3rd row. See if he can climb the ladder up here into the top 3. Blake Brown, the only pro in the field. They only got the pro license. So see what happens here down the back straightaway. Brown, Molnar, Shepard, 1, 2, and 3 down the back straightaway. As 3 wide, Yeager folds in Shepard for the 3rd spot.
Tell you what, Shepard, he caught my eye in that heat race, or in his opening heat race of the night. And he was very quick, as right now he's on the transfer bubble position behind the 156 of Mike Molnar. But look at Yeager in the 48, wanting that thing up on the top side. Who's going to have it at the start-finish line? We'll give that one to Yeager by probably a front nose.
Now Yeager running that top side out of turn number 1 and 2. One of the only drivers trying to make something happen up there as the groove seems to be settling down on the bottom of the racetrack. Is Blake Brown out front. Mike Molnar in that 2nd position as Yeager still trying to run it as we are yellow. Caution is out on the racetrack.
Yeah, I believe this might be the Folds Graphics 15X machine of Tanner Folds as we take a look at your wicket cushion instant replay. As Tanner Folds and Dalton Cloyd in the number 30 machine just come together there into turn number 3. The rear end hits hard into the outside fence in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. He got it back going again, but unfortunately it did trigger the yellow flag as it was the car that was stopped on the racetrack. And again, whatever race control decide to do with that one, I guess we're not paid to think about that.
That's above our pay scale, I think.
So let's hopefully we don't have a repeat of B main number 2 like we did in B main number 1. Jennifer Hunt's coming back to pit road and getting a quick repair, getting the crew working on that number 11 machine. She'll come back up, or she'll come back out onto the racetrack and take up a 17th restarting position. Zach Novak already back on pit road as his night is done in the number 15 machine. Bit of a sad sight in the 15, missing that front end of that race car, and no doubt he'd be feeling a little sore on the ego side of things.
Absolutely. Hopefully he'll be able to regroup and join us again next Sunday. Like I said, it's always good to have these guys racing with us as they get set for their Pro Series on Monday nights as we get set to go back to green flag racing. Blake Brown, Mike Molnar, and William Yeager are currently sitting in the top 3 transfer spots. William Yeager is sitting 1 spot out, looking in at the moment. But he's got a good run on the high side here. We'll see if he can get back up there. He's sitting on the bottom here on this restart.
All right, green flag is back out here in B main number 2. 12 laps is the journey. We've completed 3. Molnar to the inside on Brown. 3 wide for the final transfer spot. Shepard on the outside. Yeager on the inside. And right through the middle goes Dalton Cloyd. What a 3 wide battle right now for the final spot. And Daniel Shepard will have it at the start-finish line. Look how Cloyd, he saves it. Oh, man, he done well to save that number 30 machine.
Down the back straight away they go to turn number 3, and we are cautioned once again here in B main number 2. It's looking like a repeat of B main number 1 here with all these cautions.
Yeah, we'll take a look here at your wicket cushion instant replay. This may be Jesse Pate and also Alan Bergen as we keep an eye on the number 2 machine. Oh, there goes Pate. He half spun the car and he got turned. And there's Alan Bergen in the number 2 machine. Again, you just see it just here. So we'll take a nice little wicket cushion instant replay slow-mo. So there's Pate just getting all sorts of crossed up there coming out of turn number 4. Gets hit by Tanner Folds. And then keep an eye here on Alan Bergen. As Bergen just struggled here on the front straight. It's very slick. It's very difficult. Not sure how difficult it is in a late model, actually, but Alan Bergen showing that it looks fairly difficult to control these cars on the straightaway, especially when the track gets as slick as what it is right now.
You can definitely tell the track starting to slick off from the bottom up. There's still a little bit to lean on there up there in the turns, however. I'd say by the time we get about halfway through the feature coming up, she's going to be shiny as can be.
Yeah, and that'll certainly bring in a different couple of racing crews, and two crews that are probably going to come in late in the race in the 50 lapper is that bottom side and the middle groove. I've seen countless number of races here in late models, and for some reason late in the race those bottom and middle grooves start to come back in no matter how much moisture is upstairs, how much of a cushion develops. We'll see these drivers roll right through the middle and on the bottom side, but we'll obviously worry about that later on. We're still going to lock in our final three drivers. 5 down, 7 to run. B-Main number 2, Brown, Molnar and Shepard, your top 3.
Into turn number 1 they go. Blake Brown, still your leader. Molnar now going to look to the inside as the battle rages for that third and final transfer spot. Yeager up top, Shepard on the bottom of the racetrack. Yeager in that red number 48 machine, still up top as they roll out of turn number 4. Still side by side, almost 3 wide for the third spot now.
Well, these drivers have been chopping and changing lanes here on the restart, as we are yellow once again, and I believe looking at what was happening out of turn 4 there as we were watching the battle on for third, I think Sizemore may have had a hand in this one. He was caught up with another driver. In fact, Sizemore in fact picked up a new sponsor on that number 11 machine. JDM, Jansen Dirt Racing, Jansen Dirt Media, I think it's called. As well, look at turn 1 and 2. Woo!
What a mess up there.
Yeah, so lights coming on the iRacing.com pace track. Thankfully, the pace track is, well, it's non-contactable is the word that I was looking for, because I was going to say invisible, but if it's invisible, we wouldn't be able to see it, right?
Can drive right through it. Oh my goodness! Sorry, I was watching the USAC midgets there up on my other screen, and Tyler Courtney just barrel rolled it in turn 1 while leading the.
Yeah, just.
I see you were watching it too, weren't you?
I've got it on one of the screens. So this is why I need a full screen. Yeah, just see him getting out of the race car actually, but let's take a look at some other things here that is going on. So at the moment, so Hayden Cardwell has been offered an extra $50 if he can win the feature event tonight, and of course there's a big prize pool up for grabs here this season for not only the supers but also the pro late models as well, Chris.
Yeah, $250 for the Pro Late Model Series winner, and it only costs you $10 to get in. I mean, that's a cheap entry fee to win a lot of money.
Jeez, I'd love to get paid $1,500. I know where that money would be going, straight towards my surgery.
I'd wreck my mother for $1,500.
I'd do that for free. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Just a handful of laps left to run here in B-Main. Number 2, Brown and Molnar first and second. Yeager and Shepard on the top side of the racetrack. Then you go back to Dustin Hall, rounds out the top 5. Chris, that top side looks like it might be the place to be. It's certainly got these drivers on the top side wound up, and here comes Yeager around the outside of Molnar.
Yeager trying to get a run off the top side. Everybody running bottom, middle, top side around that racetrack. Yeager now to second. Molnar in third. David Shepard in that fourth and final, or the fourth spot. 1 spot out looking in. He's going to take the top 3 out of these B mains. Caution is out again.
Yes, yellow flag here for the, I think, 3rd or 4th time in this one. And it is the 11 of Dustin Sizemore. Take a look at your wicked cushion instant replay. What happens here? Contact with the 41 machine, as that is Matthew Logan. Had contact with Sizemore there on the back straight away. We get a better angle of it here. Oh, Sizemore went for a bit of a ride actually. Oh, thankfully he's out of the car and he's walking A-OK. In fact, he's probably gone back to pit road just to get that car fixed up, and he'll be back out with a fresh new car. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's actually, called it quits for the night. There is Dustin Sizemore on screen.
I also got to give a big shout out to Dustin for singing our national anthem every week.
Yeah, he does a good job. Of course, James Grace doing the production video on that one, Grace Productions. And, oh, Chris, there's a whole list of sponsors here at the World of Thunder Racing League, and who are they?
I have actually lost my paper with that sponsorship. Hold on, I've got papers everywhere here.
And that bus that just come out of turn number 2, you'll find Chris Nunn wedged underneath it right now. Just throwing him under the bus. Hey, this is what can happen. Always got to be on the ball. There you go. Ask me who the Ultimate Dirt TV ones are. Well, that's simple. Wicked Cushion and World of Thunder Racing League. But we're about to go back to green. Time has passed the time limit once again, so it is a single file restart. It is a 1-lap sprint to the end, and Jaeger went to go, and Shepard got into the back of him. Into turn number 1 and 2 for the final time. It's going to be Cloyd and Cloyd and Jaeger side by side. Down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Blake Brown going to win. Mike Molnar in second. Who's going to go third? It'll be the 48 of William Jaeger coming home in that third and final transfer position. B main number 2 is complete. And now it is time. Just quickly, we'll take a look at those results. Brown, Molnar, and Jaeger. Cloyd, Hall, Shepard, they all miss out. Folds, Logan, Jennifer Hans, respectable, up to 9th, mind you, after starting deep in the back of that B main. But we'll take a quick break here. We'll play the American National Anthem and come back with your 50-lap main event up next.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series here tonight from the virtual Volusia Speedway Park in Barberville, Florida. Brett Wheeler joined alongside by Chris Nunn, as Chris will take a look right now at our Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And well, coming from the back, position number 24, that'll be William Jaeger. Position number 23, that'll be Joel Berkeley.
Outside row 11 starting 22nd, going to see Mike Molnar. Inside row 11 starting 21st, HRE Motorsports 157, that'll be Drew Hopkins.
Blake Brown will start out of position number 20, and on his inside, position number 19, Tanner Tomasi.
Row number 9 on the outside, it's going to be Blake Cannon. Starting in the 18th position, inside row 9 in the 42 machine, that'll be Adam Hommerding.
Couple of Slick Sim Sports drivers in row 8, position 16, Zach McSwain. Position number 15, the 2 of Dylan Hauser.
Row 7 on the outside, it's going to see Devin Morgan in the 112 machine. And inside of row 7, driving the number 3 machine, that'll be Kevin Dedman.
Position number 12 for Slick Sim Sports, JD Brown on his inside for D1RT Racing. It's Trevor Fitz in car 28 out of position number 11.
Starting outside row 5 in the number 53 machine, that'll be Brandon Proudfoot. And inside row number 5, starting in the 24 car, it'll be Zach Leonhardi.
Then we go back to position number 8. That's Blake Majulis. And position number 7 of Connor Wilson.
I believe the way it is, it's going to be Mason Clark starting in that 6th position. Starting 5th, we're going to see Kendall Tucker in 00.
Hayden Cardwell will start position number 4. And position number 3, it's going to be Mason Crawford.
And then starting in that 2nd position, we're going to see the number 52 machine of James Edens. And your pole setter, driving the number 80 machine, that'll be Dylan Wilson out of Bakersfield, California.
All right, 50 laps on the board. How many drivers did I say? About 15, 16 with a pro license? You ready to count them?
Well, let's count them up.
Let's start. There's a lot in that top 20. There's 5 drivers inside the top 20, so there's 15 already. Hang on. There's still more. 15, and take a look at our bottom 4. There's 17 drivers with World Championship credentials. So just 5... 15, hang on. 10 at Tomasi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So is that 18? Am I counting that right? No, because there's still 10, 11, and 12. So Mason Clark, Connor Wilson, Homerding, Fitz. That was 4. Tomasi.
And Molnar and Yeager.
And Yeager. That's, I think, 7. So 17 drivers. 17 out of the 24 have World Championship credentials.
Cannot say the World of Thunder is not one of the best racing leagues around.
So as the drivers prepare for a 4-wide salute here at the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. I wonder if we're going to get to see that missing man formation once again. Dylan Wilson's in the black and orange. Wasn't he black and gold before? Was I know that was in the Pro Late model. We didn't get to see too much of him in the heat race, did he? He checked out.
Yeah, he definitely checked out in that heat race. I mean, he didn't get much camera time.
All right, so of course we are having the missing man formation in memory of Dylan Houser's father, who has passed away. So, as it's already been said many times tonight, Dylan, our thoughts and prayers are with you, buddy. But do you reckon he can go 2 for 2 this deep in a field? People would certainly call this scripted if he was to come from the back of the bus. I think he starts position 17, I think it is. 15, somewhere around there.
Man, this race here, it's going to be hard to pick a winner in this one. If anybody can win this thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put you on the spot. Pick a winner right now. Let's go.
Dylan Wilson.
Okay, all right. You go on the easy pick. You go on the guy off pole position. It's so easy to pick a guy on pole position because you know he's got the speed. But you know, again, with a field that have got 17 pro drivers that are going to be contesting the Pro World Championships tomorrow, man, you know what? I'm going to go with. I don't know who I want to go with. I'm going to go Cardwell. I'm going a big HC. Big Hoss. Hayden Cardwell for the win. Alright, here it is. 50 laps. Our feature event about to start here at the Volusia Speedway Park. It's time to get dirty. Not for 30, but we are going shifty for 50. Green flag is out. And Dylan Wilson will lead James Edens and the rest of the field down into turn number 1 and 2. Let's look at Hayden Cardwell. He's gone straight to the top side. Tuck up on the inside. They'll make it 3 wide down into turn number 3 and 4 for the first time.
Wow, Cardwell, Crawford, Tucker, 3 wide out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway they go. Dylan Wilson still has about a 2 car length advantage over James Edens in that 2nd spot. Crawford now into that 3rd spot. They're still 3 wide back there. Down the dogleg back straightaway. Tucker on the bottom of the racetrack. That 00 trying to make something happen, but he can't do it.
No, unable to do something right now as Cardwell gets clear of Mason Crawford for that third spot. Now down into 1 and 2. We've seen Eden's run his heat race down on the bottom side. He's upstairs in 1 and 2 and right through the middle in turn number 3 and 4. Dylan Wilson continues to lead with cars stacked up and jacked up in the centre of turn number 3 and 4. So far we continue to go clean and now still green here at the Volusia Speedway Park, watching Edens hold off Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell trying to run down the 52 Swindell Speed Lab entry as they all look at the back bumper of the D1RT number 80 machine of Dylan Wilson.
Track's starting to slick off, as you noticed it. We were talking about that before this race started. Starting to get a shine to it down the middle of the top side. Everybody running around one groove, but in the middle of the pack there, stacked up 2 to 3 wide in the middle of the racetrack. As your top 3 or 4 cars, they ran one groove right there in the middle. Taking a look at Blake Majulis trying to work his way. He's got himself around Wilson. Now he's going to try to work himself around Tucker as well.
A couple of teammates of Tucker and Majulis going at it now side by side for positions number 5 and 6. They'll make contact now on the front straighter. That's going to bring in Connor Wilson in the 00 machine. I believe he's the first driver so far, leading a pack of 7 cars that does not have a World Championship. So it's the A-Class up against the World Championship drivers. And you know the World Championship drivers, they are going to be there right at the end of it. And they're even right there. They're even there at the start of it. Look at Hauser coming through the middle. He's just in front of Kevin Dedman in the O Blossom machine, the O entry.
And to turn number 3 and 4, Dedman running the bottom of the racetrack. It's unusual seeing Kevin Dedman running mid-pack at any race that he's in, but right now, it's like I said, 60 cars here. It is an all-star race tonight. That's what it is. It's a literal all-star race here at Volusia Speedway Park here at the World of Thunder.
Yeah, well, and more so on that, the 112 of Devin Morgan, the defending World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model National Champion. He's stuck in this battle right now. Look at the 4 wide for a moment through 1 and 2. How's up on the inside on Mason Clark, but Clark gets a run. Fitz and Dedman, they'll race side by side down into turn number 3 and 4. As you watch Devin Morgan, Blake Cannon, they're going to go side by side, so there's still lots of 2 by 2. We're right in the mid-pack of this field. And so far, 10 in the books make that 11 this time by, with 13.9 to run this time by out of turn number 4. It's the battles of the double O's.
Out of turn at number 4, it is still Dylan Wilson, your leader. James Edens running in that second spot. But Hayden Cardwell and Mason Crawford, Kendall Tucker down the back straightaway. Trying to hard to see who exactly that is down there. My screen kind of blinked out on me there for a second, but we're back. Dylan Wilson still trying to hold off Edens. He is right there, Brett. He has caught up to him.
Yeah, James Edens has really been working that outside in 1 and 2 and right through the middle into turns 3 and 4. Again, he'll slide it up. Again, trying to catch some moisture there on the exit of turn number 4. That is 13 in the book, still 37 remaining here at the Volusia Speedway Park, the main event of the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series. Wilson continues to hold off James Edens. Hayden Cardwell, he's back there in 3rd. The battle on for 4th as Crawford now trying to hold off Blake Majulis.
Yeah, Majulis now to the inside, trying to find his way around Crawford out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Majulis on the bottom of the racetrack. Crawford, complete opposite, up top. As they roll out of turn number 4, Majulis is going to take that 4th spot. But he's still got a ways to go to catch up to Hayden Cardwell as we are yellow. Caution is out on the racetrack.
Oh, Trevor Fence in the D1RT number 28 machine. Let's take a look here at the Wicked Cushion instant replay and just see what happened. He was one of these cars that was involved in probably a 6 or 7 car battle that were going side by side, but looks like he'd fallen off a little bit. Does he catch the inside wall? Not so much. I think definitely got tagged. That might have been... Go back and take a look at that one. I'm just trying to think who that was. Is that Brown? Or was that Dustin Hall? That is Blake Brown in the 11X machine. Yep. Now he normally drives the number 74 machine, so he's had a bit of a change up on a number. So let's go back a little further because I do want to see whether he did get him or not. And of course, we'll take a look at our Black Diamond Motorsports onboard camera angle. Oh no, we're going too fast. I'm going too fast, my liking. It
It looks like that.
he got
It
the
looks
wall.
like he hit the wall in front of him. Yeah.
Yeah, poor old Fitz. I know what it's like to hit the wall. It's a pain in the backside, trust me. Tell you what, this is going to obviously bring the field back into the Delaware double file restart. James Eden's a very big decision to make here. And looks like he has opted to go to the inside line. And well, I think Hayden Caldwell might be happy with that one because Caldwell was running upstairs. And he'll now have basically a free run on the top side unless Eden's throws that slider on him. But tell you what, Dylan Wilson, he's got it all to do right now.
Yeah, Cardwell loves that top side, and you got to remember he's running for an extra $50 tonight if he can win it too. So he's got a goal right now, and that's to be $100 richer after this night's over with.
So looking at Hauser up 6 positions, Drew Hopkins up 7, Berkeley up 7 as well. We're about to go back to green flag action here in the main event. We're back underway with Dylan Wilson leading James Eaton and Hayden Cardwell side by side down into turn number 1 and 2. Cardwell's got a good run on the outside. He will get in the second spot. And here comes Majulis looking on the inside right now on James Eden's. Man, what a battle we're going to have for not only the 1, 2, 3, and now 4 positions up for grabs.
Yeah, caution flags, bunching everybody up, and now we're going to have a whale of a race here as Cardwell goes to the top side. James Eden's back there in third. Cardwell still trying to hold off both Edens and Majulis. Now here comes Mason Crawford as well, trying to throw his name in the hat. Cannot kind of make his way in there, but man, these top 5 cars putting on a show here as we are creeping close to halfway here.
Tell you what, Dylan Wilson, he's so good in the early goings of these green flag runs right now, and he's just doing it right through the middle. You see Majulis working the bottom side, trying to keep those left side tyres down in the moisture, up on the inside concrete wall. And then you got the likes of Edens and Cardwell. Oh, they are looking to keep all 4 tyres in the moisture upstairs, but this time they'll come back to the middle into turn number 3 and 4. They'll follow your leader through turns 3 and 4. That's Dylan Wilson, but look at them now. They'll go straight back to the top side and almost somewhat run a bit of a swinging lap.
Yeah, you're exactly correct. It's it's kind of hard to. They're driving different lines every time. It looks like I keep thinking Edens is going to dive down low, but he sticks to the top side. But one guy that has not moved, it is Majulis. He has married himself to the bottom of the racetrack, and I don't think anybody's going to get him off of it.
Oh, Cardwell.
Oh, Cardwell.
Into the cushion. Look at the run that he gets still. He did not lose a position. Man, he just mashed the throttle and just kept the foot in the bucket. And what a save by that number 7 machine, the 07 of Hayden Cardwell. As here comes Majulis now, sneaking his way up into position 3. Got by James Edens in the 52 machine as Edens now falls back to 4th. But he is right there, looking on the outside, looking in of a potential podium here at Volusia. As the lap's starting to wind down, we're closing in on a half race distance in just a couple of more laps. And it's all Dylan Wilson out in front.
Man, I cannot believe Cardwell saved that thing a couple laps ago using the wall as a cushion. He's just diamonding off of that thing. Now, Majulis falling back a little bit there as James Edens gets back around him for that 3rd spot. Kendall Tucker is in the 5th position, running the high side of the racetrack. He is trying to catch that lead group there as they go 3 wide for second for a split second.
Yeah, Eden's throwing a big slide job there on Hayden Cardwell down into 1 and 2. We're halfway home on the previous lap there, so now 26 down and 24 to run in the main event. James Edens showing that he has got the potential, he's got the ability and the talent to run up front with the best in the business, and probably one of the top 5 top all-round drivers here on the iRacing.com service. He now moves back into second as the battle goes back between 3rd and 4th. Cardwell and Majulis. Cardwell in the black and green, a 07 entry up on the top shelf. Majulis in the black and white, number 127 with the gold up on the inside. But at this stage, no one has got anything for the black and orange 80 D1RT entry of Dylan Wilson.
Yeah, Dylan Wilson is very content with those 3 guys, just trying to knock each other out back there in that battle. While that's going on, that's allowing Wilson to pull away up front, trying to get the leg up on the point standings to try to get that $1,500 at the end of the year. He's got to be one of the favorites to do it right now, though. He has got a big lead right now over James Edens.
Now what can Edens do right now? We'll take a look at last lap times as they come up next to the driver's name. So by far the quickest car on the racetrack, and not doing it by a whole lot, you know, it's just 2/100ths of a second. Now I'm pretty sure there's Blake Majulis nearly caught the tyres out on the exit of turn 4 on the inside. Edens that time by, he was quicker than what Dylan Wilson was 2 laps ago, and on the last lap as well. Kendall Tucker with a 17.477. So Edens and Tucker very similar lap times, but man, just when you show a 17.47, Dylan Wilson a 17.433.
Yeah, I don't think Dylan Wilson has showed all of his cards just yet. I think when he needs to get it going, he can put the gas into it and pull away. Like I said, I don't think he showed us everything just yet.
15th to 6th. Dylan Hauser, in the Slick Sim Sports number 2 gets on by Devin Morgan as we are yellow, and that is crucial because this will bunch the field back up on the second yellow flag of the night, and it happens to be from one of our B-main transferees, the driver that started position number 24 in the number 48 machine of William Yeager. Look at Proudfoot and Leonardi. Man, they were throwing some heavy bombs on each other in turns 3 and 4. Oh! Man, wow. That was tough to watch. Take a look at this. The right rear quarter panel just catches the fence here into turn number 1, and it almost looked like it caught the catch fence. Poor old Leonardi had nowhere to go on that exchange. And take a look at William Yeager in the number 48. Look at that car bounce. Look at it just dig up that clay on the top side of the racetrack. And that does bring out a yellow. But no doubt that that number 48 machine of William Yeager, well, he'll drive back to pit road. His crew. Gee, I'll tell you what, these crews here on iRacing, when it comes to having those quick repairs, they are just so very, very quick when it comes to getting their cars repaired.
And you're going to need a quick pit crew when it comes to these kind of races. You get in, get out, get back on the racetrack, and get set to go. This caution, not something that Dylan Wilson wanted because he was pulling away from the field. Now he's going to have to start all over and try to fight off this absolute hornet's nest of professionals behind him. He's got Edens behind him on his tail. He's got a whole host. He's got Cardwell. We got Majulis back there as well. He's going to have his hands full.
Yep, you are not wrong. Delaware double file restarts once again all night long until we get inside the last 10 laps, where we'll go single file restart if needed. The pace truck is about to move back to the infield here on the exit of turn number 4. The lights are out. Dylan Wilson, James Edens on the outside in the purple and white number 52 machine. Green flag is out. Blake Majulis rides in second, of course. We go 2-by-2 down into turn number 1 and 2 once again. The resumption of this one, 33 out of 50 complete.
Oh, and here comes Majulis getting a run on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to catch up to Dylan Wilson. Majulis, has he been saving his tires on the bottom of the racetrack? He's not been ripping the top side and wearing out those tires, but it's like we said earlier, when Dylan Wilson has to go, he goes. But here comes Majulis back to the inside. Edens to the outside. We're about to have a heck of a race here for the lead.
Yeah, well, here comes Edens back up on the outside, trying to get a run now down into 1 and 2. Edens upstairs once again. Majulis down low, and Wilson right through the middle. What did I tell you, Chris, earlier on, late in the feature race? That bottom and middle groove will come back into play. But I tell you what, James Edens, he has not gotten off the gas one bit because he is still working that top side. He's trying to round the cushion as he tries to get another run right now on Majulis out of turn number 2. It's the D1RT80 of Dylan Wilson holding up the Swindell Speed Lab drivers in second and third at the line. I'm going to give that one to Majulis, but split it by a few 1/1000 of a second. Car upside down. Hayden Cardwell it is in the 07 machine.
Yeah, I saw him right before that happened. He hit the wall coming out of turn number 3, and it looks like he just couldn't get it off the wall and ended up upside down.
Well, let's take a look here at your wicked cushion instant replay. Oh, we're going to go back a little further because he's done exactly what he did before. Watch this car. Ready? Watch the rear end just lift up. And you know, once that rear end lifts up, you know he's caught the cushion. There. Look at how big that cushion is in turn 3 and 4. Comes back down. And the only thing this time is he didn't save it like he did the last time by. But look at how much those wheels were locked to the left. That is going to be some great shots.
Oh, there he makes contact there with the 44 machine.
Whoa, the catch fence not doing its job. He's wall riding. Here I was thinking that was illegal.
See, that's another phrase that is new to me to iRacing. For those of you that are new to iRacing, could you explain what wall riding is and why you can be disqualified for it?
Because you can gain an unfair advantage on the cars around you and can give you a quicker lap time. But I guess we actually, it's technically not wall riding if he's actually rode the fence. So, I mean, he's fence riding. It's almost like we've gone back to Tony Hawk's. And he's done a nice little 50-50 grind, although that wasn't 50-50. That was all 100% grind on that one.
It was straight up, he about parked it in the stands right there. Wow, what was that? Proudfoot had nowhere to go and just clobbered him.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, he's actually lucky, the Cardboard's lucky there to get back up on all fours because, you know, if it wasn't for Proudfoot, you know, hitting him as he was sort of going into the turns, Cardboard would have been stuck up on his lid. So I guess Cardboard, that $100 paycheck is out the window for tonight. For some reason, I don't think he's going to get back up to the number one spot in 12 laps as Dylan Wilson, James Edens and Blake Majora's top three. Once again, going to lead us down into turn number 1 and 2. Look who comes right through the middle, the number 2 machine of Dylan Hauser. And Tucker up on the inside. He gets about 3 spots there.
Wow, Kendall Tucker is going to be the one to watch here. He finds himself almost 3, 4, 5 wide out of turn number 4. Something's got to give, and it's Blake Majulis into the wall. And oh, we got a car up in the fence. It's Hauser. Oh my goodness, what a tough break for Hauser as he ends up outside of the racetrack into the fence.
Wow-wee. How about that? 4 and 5 wide out of turn number 4. Man, if you don't like that, go to the doc to get checked because that is certainly hair-raising stuff. Look at that. Oh, no. That was...
Wow, what a tough break for... That was a tough break for Hauser and Majulis right there.
That was brutal. Take a look at this. We're going to go slow-mo right now. Actually, I've probably got a good camera angle here. Ready? Watch this. Woohoo! If only if it was on the fence. If only I had my proper camera pack on the fence. Look at that. 4, 5 wide across the racetrack. It is on.
That'd be a good snapshot for a promo.
And it was Cannon and Hauser who come together. Hauser just realizing that it was going all south, so he just tried to stay to the right and stay up on the grass as Jules sort of keeps him up there at this stage, but comes back down onto the racetrack, and by that time that the yellow flag is already out. And what a wild couple of laps that was, Chris.
Yeah, you can't run 5 wide here at Volusia without something happening, and we just found that out. You might be able to get away with 4 wide, but 5 wide is absolutely pushing it.
I have seen 6 wide at Limaland in super late models.
That's insane.
That is insane. And it happened to be a race that was 60 laps that went flag to flag. That was the definition of insane. Never seen anything like it again. But you'll notice that the field is back into single file restart. Lights are out as we are with 10 laps left remaining here in the Super Late Model National Series main event. And Dylan Wilson once again going to lead this field down into 1 and 2. Watch Devin Morgan. He hasn't really been here all night, but now finds himself in 4th position and on the verge of a potential podium. But look at Tucker just absolutely pounding the cushion in turn number 3 and 4.
Into turn number 1, out of turn number 2, Kendall Tucker on the high side of the racetrack. And the only car up there at the moment is your top 3 now. Run down the back straightaway. Dylan Wilson holds on to that lead. James Eden sitting back there in the 2nd spot. Tucker, man, it's either a high side or nothing for him right now.
Yeah, you'll notice that when he goes into 3 and 4, if he doesn't hit that cushion right in the middle of 3 and 4, the car gets super tight there on the exit, and then obviously that he has to check that car up. And watch him right there. You watch the rear end just lift up right where the Dryden sign is, but that was a good turn through turn number 3 and 4 there for Kendall Tucker. It's again Devin Morgan now on the inside. The defending World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model National Champion now is looking for a podium, and he has moved up some positions as well, up 11 positions at this stage into position number 3.
Good run for Devin Morgan. As you mentioned, he has just moved himself up throughout the field, and Kendall Tucker having all kinds of issues up there on the wall. Got into it, and he's lost a lot of ground. Caution is out on the racetrack here as we are closing in on the finish.
Yeah, we're about 4 or 5 laps away from our main event being wrapped up as we take a look here at your wicked cushion instant replay. Zach McSwain and Joel Berkeley come together there as McSwain, Brown nowhere to go on that exchange. McSwain goes upside down, just a nice little gentle flip, got it back on all fours, got it back going again, but that time it was too little too late for the driver of the number 25 machine. And take a look at some of these advances here in the main event just quickly. Devin Morgan up 11. Drew Hopkins from 21st to position 5. Blake Cannon from 18th to 6th. Berkeley from 23rd to 9th. Blake Brown up 8 positions as well. As the timing and scoring goes a little bit berserkers, but man, there are some heavy hitters and hard charges in this field.
Yeah, this racetrack, it allows for a lot of passing, depending on how the conditions are. You can make a run from the back of the field. I've seen a lot of it happen during the Dirt Cars Winter Nationals when the World of Outlaws were there. I've seen it done in the Wing Sprint cars. I've seen it done in the late models. You can charge from the back at this place if you really have to.
No surprise to the top 10, all with World Championship licenses in the late models. As again, they begin their Pro World Championships for, I believe it's $10,000 to win or a $25,000 prize pool. Blake Majulis gets to defend that crown. Can we see him go back-to-back like we've seen Alex Bergeron go back-to-back in the 410 winged sprint cars? And in the sprint cars, we've only seen, in the 3 World Championships, we've only seen 2 World Champions. Tim Ryan, the first, the inaugural winner from Western Australia here in Australia, if that didn't give it away. And then Alex Bergeron went back-to-back.
It's you can definitely tell the cream always rises to the top. And Bergeron, man, he is just one guy that, he's legit. He's absolutely legit. I'd like to see him race with us a few times.
I wonder if he might be playing. I don't even know if he's coming back for the Late Model World Championship or not, but I'm very surprised to see him not here. Maybe not, doesn't want to give away his stuff ready in preparation for tomorrow night. Look at Tucker bouncing the 00 machine all the way through turns 3 and 4. Now that will go Drew Hopkins, Blake Cannon, and Kevin Dedman. They'll take away 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th away from Tucker as he gets relegated back to 7th. This time by 3 to run Chris, Dylan Wilson, James Edens, and Devin Morgan right there on the back of the 52 machine.
And Morgan wearing out that back end of James Edens as they roll out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Edens going to pull away just a bit as they go into turn number 3. Morgan trying to get a run one more time. While this is happening, though, Dylan Wilson absolutely pulling away with 2 laps remaining here in this 50-lapper here at Volusia.
Down the back straightaway for the penultimate time. Eden's going to make a mistake out of turn number 2. Devin Morgan in the 112 machine, trying to sneak up on the inside, trying to take away second. They'll have a little contact and a little bit of panel rubbing. Fender rubbing out of turn number 4, but the white flag is out. Final time around the virtual Volusia Speedway Park, the season opener for the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series into 3 and 4 for the final time. What a way! He clean sweeps tonight. Dylan Wilson goes to victory lane, and he will pocket an extra $50. Second across the line, it was close between Devin Morgan and James Edens. I can tell you, Devin Morgan, he gets the job done in second. Third is going to go to James Edens. Fourth will be Drew Hopkins. And rounding out the top 5 in the 0 machine from position number 13 up to position number 5 of Kevin Dedman. Let's bring up those feature race results for you right now. Wilson, Morgan, and Edens, your top 3. Hopkins and Dedman Tucker, Brown, Tomasi, Cardwell. What a run back up to position 9 in the space of about 12 laps. And McSwain rounds out your top 10.
What a great race we had there behind Dylan Wilson there at the finish. It doesn't get any closer than that for second place. Morgan and Eden side by side as we're going to get our drivers up for our interviews here in just a second.
All right, well, while we wait the arrival of the top 3, in fact, we do have our winner. We're going to drag him out away from Steve. Steve should know better than that. But Chris, you're going down to victory lane to chat with Dylan Wilson.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, Dylan Wilson, you're a winner here at Volusia. What a dominant performance you put on there. You got to be absolutely happy with how that thing ran tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we put a lot of time into these setups for the Pro Series tomorrow, so man, it feels like we've been running Volusia nonstop for like 3 weeks. I'll be happy when the Pro Series race is over and we'll get to focus on a different track. So it's good to know that my setups are decent, and hopefully tomorrow goes just as well.
Now you got yourself up into the top spot right now. You've got $1,500 you're chasing here in the point standings here in the World of Thunder. What's your thoughts going on towards that? I mean, obviously $1,500 is a pretty good chunk of change.
I think at the end of these 10 weeks, they're going to hand out a Pro Series championship and then money from this series. So there's a that could be a big day for somebody, you know. So we'll try to, like I said, right now the sole focus is a Pro Series. This is a good series for a tune-up for that, and it's kind of cool that Bobby and Aunt stepped up and added some money for this. It makes it just as important. So
yeah, I was going to ask. How much of a help is this schedule? You know, we're running the exact same pro schedule. How much of a help is this going to be to you running the Pro Series?
I mean, it helps a ton. At least it helps you gauge where you're at. So tomorrow night, it's all about qualifying always. So we qualified really well with some gaps. I think we had over half a tenth back to third. So that means our qualifying set's pretty good. And as long as you can start somewhere in the first couple rows, I think in any race you're going to be better off than starting mid-pack.
Who you got to give thanks to? Who's helping you out right there this year?
Thanks to Doing RT Racing. Thanks to Tub Quality Threads for the sponsorship, and thanks to all my teammates, and thank you to you guys for broadcasting, and Stephen McMillan and his team for putting these races.
All right, that is tonight's winner, round number 1 of season 10 in your DirtFan.com National Series. It is Dylan Wilson, your winner.
All right, let's go down the line and chat to the defending World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model National Champion. A stellar drive by this driver here tonight, advancing 12 positions from outside of row 7. He gets second. Devin Morgan. Devin, congratulations on a second place finish here tonight. Boy, it was always going to be a tough race, but to move up 12 positions, it's a pretty good run for you tonight.
Yeah, you know, we had a really good car. We took the setup that we ran in the practice race Monday for the Pro Series, and you know, made some adjustments to it. We were way too tight, so we freed it up some, and it was a lot better tonight. It's a big confidence booster going into tomorrow. I just got to get faster on the tacky tracks. I don't know what I'm missing, but I got to get better in qualifying and start up front.
Do you think that maybe if you had a few more laps, or if you had started a few more positions towards the front of this field, that you may have had something for Dylan Wilson here in the end, or were you just sort of happy with consolidating that you drove from 14th up to second?
Oh, I definitely think I would have had something for Wilson if I would have started farther up there, or maybe got through the field a bit quicker than what I did. Looking at lap times here, I looked like I was just a tick better when I had free range of the racetrack. But you know, getting there is one thing; getting around him is another. Wilson was really fast tonight, and it would have been definitely hard to get around him and get to the lead.
What can you learn from tonight's program here that you can sort of take towards the Pro Series tomorrow night?
I think the big thing is just really focusing on qualifying. You got to start up front. Starting it's so hard to pass. You know, I did a lot of my passes pretty clean with people running the top. I was able just to roll around them in the middle, but other people that was already in the middle of the racetrack, you kind of had to muscle your way underneath them and force them out of that line. And I think I learned a lot about doing that because I try to be as clean as possible without having to use the door or anything. But when it comes to something like that, you got to be aggressive. So, tonight was definitely a learning curve for me on learning how to be aggressive like that without completely turning someone or something like that. Just barely tapping them to get them out of the groove and work around them.
Well, a good way to defend your Super Late Model National Championship here with the second place run here tonight. It's going to be probably a crucial next, what is now going to be next 9 races, and a potential to pick up about $1,500 in prize money if you're able to defend that championship. Are you looking forward to what the next 9 races are going to bring you in the team?
Oh, can you? Sorry, can you repeat that last part? I was looking at something.
I love it. I love it when people don't pay attention. No. Look, it's going to be in the next 9 weeks. You're looking forward to defending that championship, and if you can defend your championship, you're also going to earn yourself $1,500 for winning the championship this season.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Mortal Thunder's always been a great league that I enjoyed running, even before I really came around on the dirt scene. I'd pop up in a few races where I could make it before I was, any good, I would say. And but now that I've gotten pretty good and I can get the consistent finishes, I'm definitely looking forward to trying to repeat on the championship.
No, buddy, we'll let you get out of there and we'll let you wrap things up here. But before we let you go, of course, sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Yeah, I gotta thank my mom, my dad, MPM Marketing, Wiley X Glasses. I gotta thank Evan C and everyone at Team VLR for the absolute bad fat scar. I gotta thank Dreamer Racing Series, Barber Ford, Splash and Go Graphics, uh, Howard Weaver for the paint scheme. Uh, I gotta thank all them guys, and I gotta thank you up here in the booth, broadcasting all these races, and I gotta thank World of Thunder for giving us a place race.
All right, there we go. Devin Morgan, they're home in second place. Quickly throw it back to Chris Nunn, who's caught up with our third place runner.
Third place finisher James Edens tonight. He had a pretty consistent run there in the top 3 all night long, running second for the longest time. That last lap, though, just Devin got you there at the very end. But you got to be pretty happy with how you ran, though.
Yeah, for sure. We qualified good, won our heat race, and started up front. I knew, Wilson off the pole was going to be tough to do something with him. So, I kind of set the car up a little looser so we could try to work the top early and maybe the bottom there late. But he was just too strong out front. So, but yeah, overall a good run.
Tell you what, this 60 cars signed in tonight. This was pretty much a literal all-star race of sorts tonight. Finishing top 3 with the caliber of race cars that we've had tonight, it's got to give you some confidence going into the Pro Series.
Yeah, we've been really good at Volusia. We won the practice race last week, and then come out and run top 3 all night was pretty good. So this place is all about track position. So qualifying's the real key. So we've been pretty good there. So hopefully we can keep it up for one more time tomorrow and get a good run out of it.
Are we going to see you with us again here at the World of Thunder?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll make a few appearances here and there. I haven't decided if I'm going to run full time yet, but we'll definitely be around.
Who you got helping you out this year? Who you want to give thanks to?
I just got to thank all the Speed Lab guys and all the sponsors over there: Bell Helmets, K1 Race Gear, HMS Motorsport, Race Electronics, South Bay Partners. Just everyone that supports us, and we come out here and try to give them the best show we can.
All right, that is your third place finisher tonight here at Volusia Speedway Park, James Edens.
Well, that'll wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We've only got a short wait for our next broadcast here in about 10 minutes, so about 10 or 12, 10, 15 minutes time for the Loud Pedal Productions 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Congratulations to our podium here at the Super Late Model National Series. Congratulations goes to Dylan Wilson, Devin Morgan, and James Edens. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, we want to thank our sponsors, Wicked Cushion and World of Thunder Racing League people, everybody behind the scenes that makes all this possible. And on behalf of Chris Nunn and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell, good night from Volusia. Well, not so much from Volusia, but from the Super Late Model National Series. The 410 Wing Sprint Cars up next.